Om अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So welcome everyone for this Japa talk. So actually, in Bhagavatam, there is a very nice verse, actually in 10th canto. Gunatmanastepi gunan vimatum hitavatirnasya kaishiresya kalena yaya vimita sukalpe bhupamsava ke mihika basaha. So actually, when Lord Krishna appeared in front of Lord Brahma, Lord Brahmaji has glorified actually Krishna. One of the prayers he said is, he's saying that in the time to come, the learned philosophers or scientists might be able to count all the atoms of the earth or the particles of the snow or perhaps even the shining molecules radiating from the sun, the stars, and other luminaries. Actually, we understand even to count all the atoms of the earth, it is an impossible task. So currently, in our modern science, that we hardly know the 5% of the entire cosmos. So it is actually an impossible task to count all the atoms of the earth. But still, Brahmaji is assuming maybe in the future someone may be able to do. But Brahmaji is very much confident and assured that even if someone is able to count all the atoms of the earth, but he's telling who could possibly count the unlimited transcendental qualities possessed by the Supreme Lord. Now, so this is how he's telling that first of all, this itself is an impossible task, but is assuming if at all possible, but still such kind of a person or the group of scientists or learned philosophers will still not be able to count the unlimited transcendental qualities. So this is an interesting thing to say that Krishna is an infinite supreme Lord and his glories are also unlimited. So similarly, we know that Krishna is non-different from holy name. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nityamukta Abhinnatva Nama Namino. Krishna and his holy name are non-different. So considering this, that the holy name, like no, in this platform we see every week we are hearing about holy name and its glories. But still, even if it is continued for eternity, still we can be assured that these glories won't be completed. That's how powerful holy name is. So holy name, like if we have to approach the holy name, like no Shikshashtakam second verse says that Krishna is so merciful that he's easily allowing us to approach him. No, to approach a big person is not an easy thing. Like no, you take any leader or any great politician, it's not so easy to approach him. But Krishna, being the supreme lord, he has made the process very easy to approach him. So again, Sukhdev Goswami gives a very, very practical example to make us understand the importance of this holy name. He's telling that very nice example. Nideha madhyam sulabam sudurlabam plavam sukalpam guru karnadaram mayanukulena nabasvateritam puman bhavabdim natarets atmaha. So he's telling that actually this body is a boat, and this ocean of nescience or material existence is compared, which is a sagar, is Maya. And the boat, the captain of the boat is a guru, spiritual master, and the favorable winds are the scriptures. But even after everything is there, but boat has to go, right? So the instrument that sails the boat, That is the holy name. So you see, the holy name is the one actually which sails the boat. Guru is there, body is there, favorable wind scriptures are there, but that which sails the boat is actually the holy name. So while we are chanting the holy names using with the help of this body, scriptures, and the help of spiritual master, so while we are on the journey in crossing this material ocean, so this example is very very nice because we can easily relate it. No, like no, when someone crosses over the ocean, there will be so many storms. No, uh, like when Srila Prabhupada also was on Jaladut, I was crossing this Pacific Ocean. No, he was also going through the turbulence in the ocean. Of course, Prabhupada's journey was made easy by Lord Krishna himself. So these uh, uh, storms are actually compared to distress, anxieties, and stress in the life. So in ocean, storms are common. So, but when storms in life, in our life also, in the form of distress and other things, so only Guru and Holy Name can help us. So Holy Name is actually a torchlight. So which shows that actually how Srila Prabhupada purports are so nice. So, but in this same shloka is mentioning that if however one does not take advantage of this opportunity, he is wasting his human form of life. So Bhagavatam says is Atmaha means killer of the self. So one who doesn't make use of this body, this boat, and the chanting of the holy names actually is killing his own self. Now the question comes, very important question. So is there any case that while we are traveling on the boat, is there any way that we don't reach the destination? Is there any possibility? Yes, definitely there is a possibility. So similarly, we may also chant, but there is a high possibility that we may not be able to reach the goal. So what are the cases? So we may not know the what is proper destination. In that case, definitely we won't be able to go, because to go through like take help of boat or bus or train, we need to know the goal where we are planning to go. Or while we are traveling, we may get deviated in between. We may decide to jump or something, or we may not be sailing properly that boat. In all these cases, we may not be able to reach our goal. So it's not that now we are in the boat, we'll be able to reach to the goal for sure. No, for that we have to be on the boat, we have to sail it properly, and then only we'll be able to reach. So what is our goal? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says very nicely in this very famous shloka. I will not repeat completely, but it's a very nice shloka. Aradhyo Bhagavan Rajesha Tanayas. This in this shloka is telling that prema pumarto mahan. So what is the goal of our life? Chanting of the holy name. So actually chanting of the holy names is the means to take us to that stage, that love for Krishna. So if we don't know what holy name can give us, then what will happen? Then we may get deviated in between to some other thing. So then if we know what holy name can give us and at different stages, then actually then we can protect ourselves in the journey, because it is highly likely that so one can be on the boat and jump. So I was reading this our His Grace Burjan Prabhu's My Glorious Spiritual Master. So in that, Burjan Prabhu gave the cases of so many devotees who came in touch with Srila Prabhupada movement and who were also sincere. But at a later point of time, it highly happened, and it happened that they left the movement. Of course, nothing is lost there, but after understanding this, we don't want to take the risk, because such a great chance, sulabam sudurlabam, such a great chance of crossing the ocean. So we have to be careful in our journey. So if we are not careful, then we may also get hurt. So then that's why it's very important to understand what holy name can give us. So if before understanding what holy name gives, then let us understand what is a wrong expectation from holy names. Many people consider chanting as a pious activity, especially when we are in the beginners, or even when we are chanting outsiders, or even after coming in touch with Krishna consciousness. If we don't have right knowledge, then we still keep on considering chanting as a pious activity. Actually, chanting is not a pious activity. That's why every day when we are chanting the offenses, we chant this eighth offense. So basically, Prabhupada quotes in Sanskrit in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Dharma Vrata Tyaga Hutadi Sarva Shubha Kriya Samyam Api Pramadaha. So actually, in English, we recite every day to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities. So that means if this offense is there, that means there will be a stage at which definitely we think that holy name is actually piety, and that gives auspicious results, punya. So but Prabhupada talks about this in Chaitanya Charitamrita. He says that actually one can never compare the chanting of the holy name equal to pious activity like giving charity to brahmanas, or opening charitable educational institution, or performing tapasya. Nothing. They are all maybe considered pious activities, but chanting cannot be equated to any of them. Like, in scriptures, it is highly glorified that distributing cows, especially on the solar eclipse or lunar eclipse. So that too, in a like a pilgrimage place like Kurukshetra or other places. But still, Prabhupada was mentioning that even if one distributes 10 million cows in charity during an eclipse of the sun at the Ganges or Yamuna for millions of years, not only for one day, like that for millions of years, but still that cannot be compared to the 1/100th of the merit derived from chanting Hare Krishna. You see, this is that means chanting of Hare Krishna on one side and the piety on one side, even that piety cannot be compared to the chanting in any way. So that's why following vows and performing religious ceremonies and different, no, in so-called Hindu community, so many things they do. So they treat even holy name chanting is also one of them. No, it's not like that. By at most, by the piety, what we may get Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, good birth in a good family, good wealth, or maybe beautiful body, or we become famous. So that means when we are actually chanting, so that chanting we cannot equate with or becoming famous or beautiful body or something like that. So basically, wrong expectation is that chanting relieves me from distress or giving me all such things piety. No, that is not the sole purpose of chanting. Byproduct chanting can give. No, Prabhupada says that, like, in ISKCON, some of like, many of the ISKCON members in the next life they go to higher planets. Yes, why? Because if our chanting is not proper, then our chanting actually goes to the stage of in a piety, in a Sukriti phase. So that's why we need to be conscious of what chanting can give, what chanting actually is not expected to give. You know? So for this, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so merciful. He himself has told what actually chanting can give. Actually, there's nothing that chanting cannot give in the spiritual life. From our condition stage to the perfection stage of highest stage of love of Godhead, chanting alone takes us. So that's why chanting is very, very important. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells in the first verse of Shikshashtakam that actually chanting gives 7 gifts. How many gifts? 7 gifts. Actually, this when we are talking about the gifts, so a gift can only be given when the holy name is pleased with us. And it's very important that all of those gifts won't be given at one go. So they will be given in slots based on our progress in chanting, based on our interest, our sincerity. So that's how we need to assess our Krishna conscious life with these different gifts when we are receiving. So Krishna consciousness is not a blind thing. Krishna consciousness is a science, and that we can assess at different phases of our life. If we are not able to assess, or if we are not assessing, then we may get carried away by so many other things that happens in our day-to-day life. So, and even within Krishna conscious society also. So no matter how much we do sadhana, if Krishna is not happy, then we don't get this gift. That means it shows that we should not be pride, or we should not be puffed up with our sadhana. So I have done such a nice sadhana, so now I am entitled to get. No, even after doing sadhana for many years, or if we are puffed up with our sadhana, no, that means to say after doing our sadhana, still we have to depend on Krishna's mercy for receiving these gifts. So because Krishna is Avigna Swarat, is absolutely independent. When to give, when not to give, it's all up to him. But from our side, we'll continue to do our sadhana. Yes, definitely when Krishna is happy, he will give these gifts. So now let us see what are these gifts. First gift, first two gifts Krishna gives us immediately as soon as we are starting chanting, to the extent we are chanting properly. And first gift Krishna gives is Cheto Darpana Marjanam. So what is Cheta? Cheta means heart, Darpana is mirror, Marjanam means cleaning. So this heart is compared to the mirror. So, and this holy name, what it does, it cleanses the dust accumulated over the mirror. So that means our mind situates in the heart region. This shows that it is full of dirt. Only when the mirror is cleansed, then what will happen? Then we'll be able to see things properly. So otherwise we will not be able to see properly. So that's why we have to chant every day with respect, adaram anudinam. So of course we don't chant like jnanis or dhyanis. So of course we chant with emotions, respectful emotions and loving feelings, that oh Radharani, oh Krishna, please engage me in your service. And also we feel that Krishna is our beloved master, I am his servant. So by chanting, what will happen? Heart becomes cleansed of all the trash. What is the trash? We have lust, anger, greed, envy, pride, illusion. So this is the first step. We have to assess our chanting. Of course we assess our chanting through sadhana chart, but the real step is assessing chanting through whether we are getting, like, if I'm 100% lust, is it getting reduced or not. So this is how chanting, like for example, if you're practicing from 10-15 years, so before that how I was, how I am now, and after 1 month, so we have to assess like that. If you are not actually, if you are same angry person, if you are same lusty person, nothing changed, that means we are not chanting properly. This is the way to assess ourselves. So we had this from millions and millions of lives, so it is very difficult to remove them by ourselves. So that's why chanting can do it very easily for us. So but when chanting cleans it, what will happen? We can see properly. So but the danger with this is, because it is a mirror, once you clean it, what will happen? It becomes dirty. Like no, our car, our vehicles are there with mirrors, so it gets dirty again and again. So but what chanting also does is bhava maha davagni nirvapanam. So because mirror can get dusty again, holy names make sure that mirror doesn't become dirty or unclean again. Why? Because it attacks the root. Because no other process, dhyana or yoga, it doesn't attack the root. Only the bhakti yoga or the chanting of the holy names especially, it attacks the root of the problem. What is the root of the problem? Desire to enjoy this material world. That's why it is compared to mahadava agni. So it's like a forest fire, it's a blazing forest fire. So that's why chanting of the holy names actually attacks the root. That's why disease, that desire to enjoy this material world. So you see, this is also another way, like even Bhagavatam talks about it. Vasudeve Bhagavati, Bhagavat Bhakti Yoga Prayojita, Janayati Asu Vairagya. So if our desire to enjoy this material world is not getting down, if this fever is not getting down, that means still my chanting is not proper. Because vairagya means detachment from the sense gratification. So this is so important. So chanting of the holy names make the heart cleanses permanently. So this is the second gift. So that's why in the chanting of the holy name there is no risk of falling down. Why? Because it wipes out completely. And we also see another symptom in this gift is, we see the good qualities manifest in us. So a devotee, how to assess ourselves? First thing is whether detachment from the desire for detachment from sense gratification is happening or not, or whether good qualities are coming in or not. So in this second phase, we will see a shadow of good qualities. No, all the good qualities, like no, especially 26 good qualities are also there for a devotee. So these things will manifest in us. So but these qualities will manifest in fully in the third phase. Now these two phases are actually sadhana bhakti. Now from this it is a very interesting why. Um holy name, what holy name can give us after this phase is a very, very interesting thing. So as we keep on chanting, we get further gifts. So when we keep on chanting for a good amount of time with utsaha, nishya, dhairya, without offenses against devotees or holy names or any kind of offenses, then we will receive the third gift. What is the third gift? Shreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam. You see, this comparison is very interesting. So in Telugu also we have learned grammar. So and it is called upama alankara, means comparing something which we don't know with something which we know. So here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of his ecstasy, spoke like that. What is Shreya? It's a good fortune. What is Kairava? It's a white lotus. Chandrika is a moonshine. So what happens? Moonshine, when moonshine falls on the white lotus, what happens? White lotus blossoms, and when the white lotus blossoms, what will happen? It emits the fragrance, and that fragrance is very nice. So similarly, because of the already received two gifts, the our heart becomes clean. So when the heart becomes clean, and when we are chanting further, what happens? Holy name blossoms the heart. What is meant by blossoming the heart? Then actually, then we find the real interest in Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela of the Lordships, Krishna, name, qualities, pastimes, and the qualities of the Lord. That means nice fragrance of the qualities and pastimes of Krishna invokes that interest in us. So that means, in other words, our Rupa Goswami's ladder, we develop ruchi in chanting. So you see, this phase itself is a difficult ruchi in chanting. So naturally, we experience while chanting Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela of our lordships. So if we still continue, then we also receive the fourth gift. No, third and fourth gift together. What is the fourth gift? Vidya Vadu Jivanam. So Vidya means education, Vadu means a wife, Jivana means life. So basically, Avidya, Vidya is opposite of Avidya. Avidya is attraction to this material world, desire to enjoy this material world. So Vidya is opposite of Avidya. So what happens? Holy name manifest Vidya in our heart. In other words, at this phase, what happens? You see, when we continue to chant the holy names with proper attitude and with sincerity, continue like that, then we will develop intense attachment or emotions for the Lord. What kind of emotions we develop? Actually, Lord Krishna belongs to me and I belongs to him, and these kind of emotions permanently settle in our heart. So in other words, this phase is called bhava bhakti. You see how chanting of holy names takes us from sadhana bhakti to bhava bhakti. So after this, if we still continue practicing sincere devotion, the next two effects will come when the holy name is very, very happy. What is the fifth gift? Anandambudhi Vardhanam. So Ambudhi means ocean, Ananda is bliss. So we will start experiencing the bliss. In other words, nectar of devotion talks it as a rasa, the melos. So in relationship with Krishna, we start experiencing rasa. In other words, to say, this is the phase when we are receiving the love for Krishna. In the fifth gift, what we receive from the holy name is actually experiencing love for Krishna. So, and then what is the sixth gift we will receive? Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadanam. At every step, we start experience, all this, all the while in our life we continue, we are hankering for happiness, but this transcendental bliss is much more beyond than what is the happiness we can expect. So Purna Amruta, at every step we experience the nectar, we experience the immortality, and this is the phase we realize our eternal relationship with Krishna. So that means, in short, to say, this is called Sarupa Siddhi, which shows our own eternal relationship with Krishna. And in that relationship, we experience our primary rasa. Not only in this phase, that we also experience the mixture of primary rasa and secondary rasa, the bliss out of that. Every second we experience new moods, and we drown in the ocean of devotion. This is what Pratipadam Purna Amrita Swadanam. And then the last gift, of course, holy name gives many, many gifts. The primary seven gifts are mentioned in this verse by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sarvatma Snapanam means, Sarva means everything of our body, our senses, the body, mind, senses, intelligence, every atom of our body will be bathed. Snapanam means take bathing, will be bathed with love of Krishna. In other words, this is what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu want to give us to all the people of this world. That is love in separation from Krishna. That is Vipralamba. So love in separation from Krishna, Krishna wanted to give. So that's why he's telling, that's why Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. It's all glories to the holy names, because it takes us beyond the modes of material nature. It defeats all evil qualities, all evil natures, and then it conquers. Vijayate, holy name conquers ourself and makes his servant. And not only that, it gives victory over birth and death. So these are the glories of holy name. So basically, we need not to search out anywhere anything else. Holy name, if you're chanting properly, with assessing ourselves with proper attitude, and keep on hankering for the next phase, that holy name will give us. So mean to say, it is not just required to complete 16 rounds. Yes, definitely we have to complete 16 rounds, but if you are only sticking that whether my rounds are getting completed or not, then we may not be able to progress, qualify ourselves in getting these gifts. So because without hankering for a goal, we will never get the goal. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in Shikshastakam, sorry, Chaitanya Charitamrita, bahu janma yadi kare shravana kirtana, tabu tu na paya jaya krishna prema, krishna pade premadan. So even if we continue for millions and Bahujanma yadi kare Shravana Kirtan. Even if we continue for millions of lifetimes, both Shravanam and Kirtanam, if we are not avoiding offenses, if our chanting is not proper, what we will not get? Krishna Pade Premadan. We will not get the goal of our life, that love for Krishna. That is the most risky thing. So yes, we have to put our best efforts and use our intelligence assessing ourselves, and then we'll be able to. So that's how. But how to improve chanting? Then Shikshastakam further verses says, but I will not touch further verses, but with one this verse, because how to improve the quality of chanting, this verse is a very important thing. The Trinadapi Sunichana. Why? There are two ways to improve the chanting. Because first thing, to avoid offenses, because some of the offenses can be avoided by taking knowledge, appropriate knowledge. That's why we have to study the philosophy, the science of the holy name, science of Krishna, everything we need to know properly. Then our approach to the holy name, our approach to the Lord will be proper. First thing, but by simply by taking knowledge, all our offenses won't go away. Like second offense, to consider Vishnu equal in equal level with Shiva, that can go by taking the proper knowledge, but that all the offenses won't give away. Like for example, even after hearing the glories of the holy name, still we are attached. So that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says Trinadapi Sunichana. So we have to change our lifestyle. At every moment we have to cultivate these qualities of humility, tolerance, and giving respect to others, and not expecting oneself. So this is a lifetime project. So that's why we should not be in illusion that okay, now it's been quite some time now, now I can settle in Krishna consciousness, now I am sure to that go to Goloka, I am sure to get the love for Lord. No, there's nothing like a guarantee. Chaitanya Charitamrita speaks like that. So so it helps us to remind that you please be on your toes, don't take anything for granted. So that with that thing, so of course, at least I am reminding myself, so what should be the goal, how I should travel, and in between there may be so many obstacles comes, but still I should be focused on the goal. With this I'm holding this discussion. Thank you so much. If any one of you have any questions or comments, feel.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. It's such a nice session. The sessions are always, full of enthusiasm and full of uh, kind of guidance, so that helps us to improve our chanting. And today's session was really very deep, very systematic, and I think so it will be worth hearing it again and again. Because in the first verse itself, you took us, explaining how nicely Chaitanya Mahaprabhu takes us from the steps of bhakti, right? So this is really helpful for me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
so much, Prabhuji.
Okay. I like to open the floor for any question or comments.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, one question, Prabhuji. So, where is this elaborated description given, Prabhuji? I would like to go through.
Oh, acha. So the description. So actually,
Seven gifts.
every day we read these words, which is explained like Shreya, Kairava, Chandrika, Vitarnam. So this is the meaning, the purport of these verses are explained by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. There is a one nice bhajan also. Each verse Bhaktivinoda Thakur has sang a bhajan. That bhajan is available in Gita Vali. That's called Shikshashtakam bhajans. For verse one, verse two, each verse has a bhajan. So how first shloka is so potent. No, this is very interesting that when we have clarity of this first shloka, then we are very much sure after this what I am going to get. So yes, that is there. Bhakti Vinod Thakur has explained further.
No. And the fourth gift you mentioned, Vidya Vadu Jeevanam, Prabhuji.
Yes,
So, can you again explain, Prabhuji? Sorry.
Vidya Vadu Jeevanam Prabhu. So actually, in this phase, what happens? The holy name manifests Vidya, the education, true knowledge in our heart. Because Vidya is opposite of Avidya. Avidya means attraction to this material world, desire to enjoy this material world. But Vidya, what it does, it gives us a intense attraction for the Lord. It manifests intense. Now we have intense attraction for this material world. So in this fourth phase we develop intense attraction for the supreme Lord. Now we don't have any attraction, so we are just following out of rules and regulations, right? So that's how this fourth gives us that intense attraction for the Lord Krishna. When we have intense attraction, then we also naturally wants to hear about his qualities, his pastimes. Now it is actually as a part of our sadhana. It becomes we are trying to cultivate that interest, but that time interest is what it's a natural, it's a spontaneous interest. So like for example, a boy getting attracted to a girl, there's nothing force is involved. A boy naturally gets attracted to girl. So similarly, a devotee, a jiva, has a natural attraction for Krishna that gets revived in this phase. As soon as he sees Krishna, he naturally gets, like for example, in Chaitanya when Murari Gupta, or like when he sees a peacock feather, he doesn't see Krishna, he sees the peacock feather. As soon as he sees peacock feather, what happens? He absorbs himself of thoughts of Krishna. Like that we see in so many devotees, simply by seeing something related to Krishna, they're fully absorbed in remembering Krishna. So that's how it happens, Prabhu. Is it clear, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, so if
Dhanavad
eh,
Pranam.
Dhanavad
Uh,
Pranam.
it's not a question realization. Yes, every day we chant this Shastakam, but we are never able to correlate how our chanting is getting improved by, and we are getting so many gifts. Thank you for making a realize that, so that now we can, when we are chanting this Shastakam, at least we will remember this and realize this, and then our chanting will should improve. Thank you for highlighting all these things. Thank you.
Yes, Prabhu, it's not only for you, it's for us also. Why? Because even in Krishna conscious career, when we are growing, like no, we also receive appreciation, sometimes no appreciation. Sometimes we take a bigger responsibility. So, no, someone cares for us, someone doesn't care for us, someone notices, someone gives something, someone no, neglects us. So many things happens even in our Krishna conscious career. Someone goes to the top position as a GBC or whatever. So many things
Mm.
happen in a Krishna conscious life. But if we are not having clarity of what actually Krishna consciousness is going to give us, then we may get carried away by all such things. So it's not only reminder for you, it's reminder for me also. So because until we are focused in what we want to receive, then we won't get. So thank you so much, Prabhu.
And we don't know how much dust is accumulated too, so I don't know how
Yes.
much is there. So that is a problem, that we are not getting that taste in chanting, or because dust is very high. We have been doing anartha from millions of years.
Yes, true, true. That's why first two gifts we have to, in our case, the first two gifts we need
Right.
to constantly introspect whether that is getting reduced. 100% will not go at one go, but is
Hmm.
that getting reduced, like no month by month or week by week or year by year? We have to look back and see ourselves. This is called the homework, working on ourselves.
Thank you, bro. Thank you very much. Hare
Sure.
Krishna.
Thank you so much, bro. So I think we already exceeded 7 minutes, Prabhu. If not, we can.
Yeah, there are a few comments here. Pawan Gupta Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, wonderful session. Thank you for deep diving into the first verse of Shastakam. And other devotees are appreciating. So thank you very much, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Thank you so
And
much.
we'll request you to come more often on this platform. Thank you.
Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
His Grace, Saccidananda Vigraha prabhuji ki jai.
Shri Guru Prabhuji ki
Jai.
jai. Srila
Jai
Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Hari
Hare
Bol.
Hare
Krishna.
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 Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam. Okay, Prabhuji, I'm leaving. Huh? Thank you.